my name is Jane DeGroff. I've been a member of Tri-T for over 40 years. A number of years ago, I served as a camp director for one of our Tri-T camps. One week we had a girl come to camp by the name of Lisa. Lisa was a very shy, quiet, reserved girl. And often the girls come to camp shy, but their personality begins to show itself as the week goes on. However, Lisa maintained her shyness the entire week. She participated in activities, but rarely smiled, but we kind of thought maybe she was getting something out of camp. Every evening before bedtime, the girls always gathered near the office area to get their medicines and whatever from the nurse. My office was right there also, and each night Lisa would be sitting at my door waiting for me when I came back. I would always ask her what she needed or what she wanted, and she didn't need anything. She would just kind of sit there and look at me. So I would tell her, give her a hug and tell her good night and send her off to her cabin. This went on every night the entire week. Usually on the last night of camp, and this week it was on a Friday night, I would gather the staff together for a brief evaluation of how our week went. One of the things that the staff determined from that meeting was that we really had not reached Lisa that week. We felt like she was the same child, that shy, quiet child that had arrived the first day, and we just hadn't really accomplished anything with her. In fact, we really felt like we had failed Lisa. The next morning at breakfast, before the girls were getting ready to leave, they all gathered in the dining room, of course, and I noticed that Lisa was sitting out on the front porch, and she had all of her belongings packed up, and she was just sitting there. So I went out and I said, Lisa, it's time to go eat breakfast. Well, she did not want to go to breakfast. She was just content to sit on the porch, and I thought, Lisa is really ready to go home. And I went and mentioned that to the staff, and we kind of all agreed. About an hour later, the Tri-T ladies came to pick her up, and I met them in the parking lot, and I kind of told them that the kind of week that we felt Lisa had had, and I said, we really kind of feel like we've failed Lisa. So we went and got Lisa off of the porch and got all of her belongings packed up in the car and everything, and we were ready to say goodbye. And with that, Lisa threw her arms around me, hugged me, and began crying. And throughout her crying and in between sobs, she would say, I love camp. I don't want to go home. I want to stay here at camp. I love you. I love everybody at camp. Well, of course, by this time we were all crying, and it really, at that point, left an impression in my mind. And one of the reasons that I'd like to share this story is that sometimes we in Tri-T are not really sure that we have reached every child. But what it shows us is that we don't know how or when or why that we have actually made an impression on a camper, that we have really made a difference in their lives. But I know for certain that we make a difference with every child, because Lisa taught me that.